Hello, everybody. It is Michelle with Moksha Grace Coaching, and thank you for joining me today for Moment of Presence. I am so glad that you are here. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope you are having the Lionsgate portal opened yesterday. It's Leo season. All kinds of crazy stuff is going on energetically. So I hope you're hanging in there. And I'm glad to have you here today. So I am Michelle Barone, Moksha Grace Coaching, and we are going to talk today about those movies that you watch and it's like time traveling. Think of Back to the Future or The Matrix or something like that, where some character goes back in time and one little thing that they changes the entire future, right? And shifts what's coming, the timeline. And so we're going to talk about that today, but we're going to talk about how it can help you. And we're going to talk about 3 specific ways, and there's a few more ideas in there too, of how you can actually do that to help you in your everyday life. So, if you know somebody that needs to be watching right now that would like to shift perspectives or kind of, they say, gosh, I wish I could shift my timeline, shift my energy, just share this video and definitely make sure that you like and subscribe so that way you get notified when I do go live for the future. So, as always, we are going to take a few moments to come in to the moment and really be present, be here. So, if you will join me, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. We're going to hold for 5. And anything that is coming up for you that you don't want to lug around for the rest of the day, I want you to imagine just exhaling it. Just open your mouth and just exhale it out. I can't hear you, so you can do a nice big sigh. You can do any kind of sound that you want, but let it go, right? Just let it flow right out of you. So, big deep breath in and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. It really is so simple and it can change everything. So, big deep breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it all go. If you notice, your shoulders will even just melt and kind of come down, or at least that's what we want to happen. So, big deep breath in. Really take a even bigger deep breath in. And then exhale. Hint, hint. Doing that is one of the things that can shift how your day is going. Just saying. Just saying. So, let me see who is joining us today. Hello, Raymond. How are you? Hi, Krista. We have a few more people. Make sure that I can sometimes see names, but not always. So if you want to drop your name, who you are, definitely engage. This is a two-way conversation. So join in and let me know, some of your methods as we go along, or if you've tried a method that we're going to talk about, a technique. So, as we kind of talked about last week, we talked about there's 2 sides to every stick, right? And we have choices on how we're going to see things, and we can pause and we can respond or we can react. You really want to pause. Sometimes don't send the email until 24 hours later and you wake up and you reread it. Hence, that could be one thing that can change the timeline because you're not reacting in the moment. But what we're really talking about is how to just change how your day is going, right? Shifting timelines, shifting the path that you're walking for the day. And we've kind of talked about this before. You wake up, you stub your toe, and then you get angry, and then you go to make your coffee and the coffee machine doesn't work, or you spill your coffee, and then you're like mad about that, and then it just snowballs, right, out of control. We can stop it at any point. the first thing that happens, the second thing that happens. At any point, you get to decide how you want to feel and how you want to shift. If somebody ticks you off, I first thing this morning, that was one of the first things I saw on Facebook, was somebody saying how they were just tired of the negative people and just bringing them down, and it worked, and he's just in a very negative place. That's a choice, because how other people are feeling, how other people talk to you, speak to you, treat you, that's all on them. It has nothing to do with you. You can show up, you can hear their perspective. It doesn't mean that you have to dive on into that quicksand with them. So just keep that in mind when things are coming at you, because, like I always say, chaos is everywhere. And the chaos is going to be right there in your face. You get to decide how you're going to respond to it. So let's talk about this. So if you're going about your day and there's something that you don't like the way your day is going, you want to change something. Maybe it's your life. You can do something completely random and completely out of place. I used to work in an office with someone, and when we argued, not argued, when something would happen, and we wanted to just kind of change the environment, change the mood, I had this like a Nerf gun, and I would shoot the Nerf gun at her, and then we would have like a Nerf gun fight. Just something simple, something easy. Can make a big difference. So take that into consideration, and then put some things in place that you can have some fun with, right? I had to actually order the Nerf guns, but they were fun. But do something completely random. You can make small changes. Small changes can make big ripples for the future. Wait, I think I saw a comment coming in. It's so crazy how we can change the course of the future if we're intentional. Yes. And just throwing a pen across the room can make a difference. A small change can be, today I decided I was going to put my hair behind my ear on my right side instead of my left side. For women, do your makeup after you get your coffee or what have you. Change up your routine. If you're constantly sitting in an office, get up, go outside and do some work. You don't always have to be in front of the computer screen. And let's face it, if you need to, you have your phone, you can take it with you. Instead of going down to, if you work in a big office and there's a cafeteria, instead of going to the cafeteria to eat, get a piece of fruit and go take a walk. Be out in nature, breathe in some fresh air. So these little small changes can make ripples, right, for the rest of your day. But who knows what that's going to affect in your future. So for instance, you go and you take a walk outside eating an apple, something completely different. You removed yourself from, the drama, the craziness of the office, and now you come back to a meeting. Your mind is refreshed, you feel open-minded, and now the boss or whoever brings up something, and now you respond differently because you're coming from a different place. You're coming from a much calmer place, a place that's more focused, right? So think about how you can make some changes, small changes. Raymond says, I have a few things that tend to learn to fly. Well, no kidding. When I am upset or I need a change, I come in here and I play my drum. That's what I do. So I'll share that with you. It's kind of what I do. And everyone in the family knows, if they hear me, making some noise with my drum, that I'm shifting timelines. So let's say we need to shift perspectives. How do we do that? And, you can do this on your own, right? You can shift your perspective. And we kind of talked a little bit about this last week, two sides to, the stick. So when you think about, I've got to go back to the office, right? A lot of people right now are dealing with that. They've been working remote for 2-3 years. They love it. They just love everything about it. And now the companies are saying, you got to come back. You got to come back to the office. So instead of it weighing you down, okay, give yourself a few minutes, a half hour to be annoyed and to be upset about it. But then think about some of the things that that's going to mean for you. If it means a drive into work and there's going to be traffic, okay, well, you can either think about all of the traffic or you can think about the time that that's going to give you to do some thinking of your own, to listen to a book, to listen to some podcasts that, are going to put you in a good mood. Don't listen to the drama and the fear-mongering podcast. That's not going to help. You can daydream as long as you're a good daydreamer and can still drive and daydream at the same time. But these are the things that can set you up for a better mood when you get into wherever you're going, let's say the office. And then guess what? On the way home, you get to do that on the way home too. So this is a good way to process the day and leave it. Leave it outside of your home so you're not bringing it into your family or to the people that you love. So good thing, right? Now, another perspective, and this one I love, and I learned it when I was going through my certification for coaching, and a lot of coaches, use this, but it's the good, bad, who knows, right? So when something happens to us, we can either look at it and go, that is amazing and spectacular, and we can get all happy. And when something bad happens to us, we can get really upset, get furious, we can react, have that knee jerk reaction, say something we didn't mean. But honestly, we don't know what that event, that moment in time, we don't know the purpose of it for our future. So, where you really want to be is who knows, right? The curious part. Who knows what this means? So, to give you an example, I'll tell the story, and we don't know the origins of the story, but I'll tell this just a quick couple examples. There was a farmer, and he had an old house that helped plow his fields. One day, the horse escapes, runs off, and now he doesn't have anyone to, anything to help him plow the fields. His neighbors sympathize and go, oh, that's really hard. That's tough, man. Too bad. And the farmer just replies, good, bad, who knows? A week later, the horse returns with a herd of horses. Now the farmer has a herd of horses. So that's good, right? But then the farmer's son was attempting to ride one of the wild horses and he fell off the horse's back and he broke his leg. And so, of course, the neighbors, being neighborly, oh man, this bad luck, it follows you everywhere, right? Farmer, good, bad, who knows? So, some weeks later, the army marched into the village. They were requiring every able body, right, to go to war to enlist. And the farmer's son couldn't go because he had a broken leg. So, good, bad, who knows? You don't know what's going to come of a situation. You just have to trust and you have faith. Ah. So, where is your trust and where is your faith? Do you have the trust and the faith that everything right now, as it is currently, is going the way that it is supposed to? Do you have trust and faith in the divine source, God, whatever you want to call, whoever whatever you believe in? Do you have trust and faith that they got your back? And that ultimately they know what is right for you. They know what you want, right? The question is, do you know, number one, are you clear? And number two, are you setting yourself up for receiving that? So being in this good, bad, who knows, you're being open. You're being open to whatever is going to come from said situation. And so that is one of my favorite things. And it's one that I coach my clients on. We talk about it a lot because guess what? It takes a lot of accountability to stick to that mindset. There's a lot of limiting beliefs. There's a lot of old beliefs and limiting stories and boundaries and just walls we put up. We have to unlearn all of that stuff so we can start doing things a different way, shifting our perspective, doing things differently, and not being so attached to an outcome. And that is one of the biggest and one of the hardest things to do. I'm going to do this. Good, bad, who knows? We'll see what happens. And not be attached to the outcome and have the patience to wait for the good Lord, the divine, the source, the universe to deliver it to you. But if you've got your walls up and you've got the door locked, how are you going to get that delivery? How are you going to receive it? So this is when we talk about mindset, because it all comes down to mindset and making sure that you're in the right energy and the right mindset as much as possible. You're not always going to be happy and peppy. We're going to talk about that next week. Peppy people. But it's about maintaining a bit of a balance, right? Just like a neutral place. You don't want to be too high. You don't want to be too low. You can just exist in this, I'm just content. I'm good. Who knows? Good, bad, who knows? And then whatever happens after that is going to be for you. But again, you got to trust in it. You got to have faith in it and believe. So some of the things that I like to do to help me with my mindset. I keep a list of all the things I've manifested in my life. And I don't care if you believe in manifestations or not. Was there ever a time in your life that you thought that you wanted something, you didn't really do much to get it, and then all of a sudden it showed up? Case in point, I was thinking about, wow, a new puppy would be cool. Didn't really give it much thought, just kind of put it out there. And then lo and behold, I have a 5-month-old puppy. We did not plan that. I was not happy at work. I was in a very bad way when I worked in corporate America in healthcare. I was in a very bad way. Things were going wrong. I knew it every day. I would feel a pit in my stomach. I knew it wasn't right. I knew I didn't belong there anymore. Instead of making the choice to do something to get out of it, well, I did make a choice. I got up and I did something about it. But the point is that I ended up not having that role anymore. I put that out to the universe. And you know what I used to think about and daydream about in the office when things were really bad? That I would work remotely, that I would have my animals at my feet, that I would be able to, be home. So we put these things out there and then we judge the universe, the divine, God, on how they deliver. So if you're asking for something and you want a change in your life, no matter what that change is, be careful of how you ask and then make sure you're taking the action to set you up for success on that path. In other words, I sat too long and the universe said, oh, yeah, well, we're going to make sure you get what you want. So you're going to go through some turmoil. I could have left when I knew it was wrong. I could have left and taken my power back. And the reason I bring this up is because I hear this a lot. People are unhappy. They're, excuse my language, bitching and moaning. And then they're shocked when something comes to an end, like a relationship or a job or, an event doesn't go the way that they wanted. But the whole way there, they might have been, complaining about it. So just think about these things. Think about these as you're going through your day and how can you shift your perspectives. Make a list of gratitudes, the things that you're thankful for. What are those things? And don't just do I'm glad I have a roof over my head. I'm really grateful that, I have my health. What about your health? I'm glad I have a healthy body so that I can do the things that I enjoy doing, that I can go paddleboarding and or hiking or whatever it is that you like to do. Make it personal. Don't make it just so general. Now, when you can't find something to be happy about, when you're in that very low mode, then you can go a bit more general. I'm happy the sun rose today. I'm happy I opened my eyes. But why is it good that you opened your eyes? And then you can start moving in that direction. And that's a little how to get yourself up there emotionally, climbing those stairs. And we've talked about that the last couple of weeks. So if you missed any of these videos, you should definitely go back and you should check them out. You can find them on the Moksha Grace Facebook. You can go over to YouTube, and there's a whole list of them there. You can find them there too. So definitely make sure that you check those out, because there's a lot of really good information in there and different techniques that you can use to help you. All right. Really shift your perspective and get you where you want to be. So yeah, we could talk literally all day. I think I say that every week. Next week, we are going to be talking about why are peppy people so annoying. This one touches my heart a lot because sometimes I can be overly peppy. So I get it. I kind of get both sides of it too. So we're going to dive into that next week. And, today can be the best day or the worst day. And like we've talked about, it's all up to you. You get to make that choice. Choose wisely. Use some of the techniques. And then let me know how that goes. And if you want accountability and you don't want to do it alone, you want to get rid of those limiting beliefs and all that heavy baggage that you're still lugging around with you, then book a call and let's talk. It's just a 30-minute chat, and we'll get to know each other and see if we're a good fit to work together. So I would love to meet you. Anyway, I will see you all next week. Thanks for being here. And don't forget, like and subscribe below. Bye for now.